The internet thought they had already seen the worst of the Charlie Kirk controversy, the endless arguments, the viral clips, the political outrage, the rumors spreading through forums and private group chats late at night. But nobody expected the story to turn into this. Because according to explosive online speculation, the real damage didn't happen on camera. It happened behind closed doors, inside the family itself. And once people started connecting the dots, everything changed. Sources close to the situation began whispering about sudden distance inside the family. Strange silence, awkward disappearances, missing appearances at gatherings that were once routine. Then came the rumor that sent social media into absolute chaos. Charlie Kirk's own parents had allegedly pulled away from the grandchildren after a shocking DNA-related revelation surfaced behind the scenes. At first, most people dismissed it as internet insanity, another fake conspiracy, another attention-grabbing headline designed to farm clicks. But then viewers noticed something unsettling: the emotional reactions, the tension in public appearances, the strangely timed absences, the forced smiles, and suddenly people started asking dangerous questions. Was there really a private family breakdown happening away from the cameras? Why were insiders hinting at betrayal? What exactly triggered Erika Kirk's reported panic? And why did some online commenters believe the situation had escalated so badly that the family itself started fracturing? Nobody knew for sure, but the deeper people looked, the darker the theories became. Because this wasn't just gossip anymore. This was turning into a psychological mystery, one involving trust, identity, family loyalty, and a bombshell rumor that allegedly changed everything overnight. What happened next shocked everyone, according to online speculation. The situation began quietly, almost invisibly. Small things people normally wouldn't notice. Followers claimed certain interactions suddenly felt colder. Family dynamics appeared different. Videos were analyzed frame by frame by internet detectives obsessed with uncovering hidden tension. And then the theories exploded. One anonymous post claimed there had been a private dispute involving DNA testing. Another alleged certain family members were devastated by information uncovered behind the scenes. Others claimed panic spread after the results triggered emotional chaos. Nobody was prepared for it again. None of this was verified, but the internet didn't care, because once a mystery begins online, people become obsessed with finishing the story themselves, especially when silence replaces clarity, and that silence became deafening. The more people searched for explanations, the stranger things seemed to get. Clips resurfaced. Old interviews were re-examined. Tiny facial expressions suddenly became evidence in the minds of conspiracy-driven viewers. One moment in particular started circulating everywhere: a brief interaction, a strange expression, a split-second pause that viewers interpreted as hidden emotional strain. Most people normally would have ignored it, but not now. Now every movement looked suspicious. Every absence felt intentional. Every delay became part of the mystery. And that's when Erika Kirk reportedly found herself at the center of the storm. Online discussions claimed she was panicking as the rumors intensified. Not because of political backlash, not because of internet trolls, but because the speculation had crossed into deeply personal territory, family territory. And according to some theories, that's exactly why things spiraled so quickly. Because political scandals are one thing, family betrayal is something else entirely, especially when children become part of the conversation. That's when the emotional atmosphere surrounding the story changed completely. People stopped treating it like celebrity drama. Now, it felt darker, more invasive, more disturbing, almost tragic. Comment sections filled with theories about emotional confrontations happening in private. Some users claimed Charlie Kirk's parents were allegedly heartbroken. Others believed they intentionally distanced themselves while trying to process whatever information had surfaced. And then came the most explosive allegation of all, that the grandparents had allegedly begun pulling away from the grandkids themselves. The internet lost its mind, because if true, that would mean the situation had escalated beyond anger, beyond politics, beyond public image. It would mean trust itself had collapsed. And once people started believing that possibility, the story became impossible to ignore. But then investigators of the internet uncovered something even stranger. The timeline didn't fully make sense. Certain events appeared out of order. Some alleged reactions happened before the supposed DNA bombshell rumor even surfaced publicly, which raised an even bigger question. Did insiders already know something behind the scenes long before the internet found out? That theory changed everything. Suddenly, people weren't just talking about family drama anymore. Now they were discussing secrecy, damage control, suppression, and the possibility that private panic had been building for far longer than anyone realized. That's when the speculation became truly relentless. Some viewers claimed Erika Kirk looked emotionally exhausted in recent appearances. Others believed Charlie himself appeared unusually defensive whenever conversations drifted toward family topics. Again, none of this was proven, but perception online can become stronger than facts, and once millions of people start building a narrative together, it takes on a life of its own, especially when no one directly addresses the rumors. That silence created a vacuum, and the internet filled it with fear. People began theorizing about private arguments behind closed doors, emotional ultimatums, family members choosing sides, relationships collapsing under pressure. One viral commenter wrote, "If the DNA rumor is fake, why does everyone suddenly seem so tense?" That single sentence spread everywhere because it captured the exact feeling people couldn't shake. Something felt off, not dramatic, not loud, just wrong. And sometimes those are the stories that consume the internet the fastest. The quiet ones. The ones where nobody fully explains what's happening. That uncertainty became addictive. Every new appearance was dissected. Every social media post became evidence. Viewers analyzed body language like detectives trying to solve a crime. And then things got even darker. Some online theories suggested the emotional fallout wasn't just affecting the adults. They claimed the children themselves had become the emotional center of the conflict. That possibility disturbed people deeply because children don't understand internet conspiracies. They don't understand viral speculation. They only understand distance, silence, tension, coldness, and suddenly the story stopped feeling entertaining. Now it felt painful. That emotional shift is what made the controversy explode beyond political audiences. Even people who knew nothing about Charlie Kirk became fascinated by the psychological aspect of the story, because at its core, this wasn't about ideology anymore. It was about identity. What happens when trust inside a family begins to crack? What happens when suspicion enters relationships that were supposed to be unconditional? And what happens when millions of strangers begin watching it unfold in real time? Nobody realized how deep this went. Then another twist emerged. Some viewers started questioning whether the rumors themselves were intentionally exaggerated by internet culture. Was the public witnessing a real family crisis? Or simply the terrifying power of online speculation spiraling out of control? That question changed the narrative again, because if the rumors were false, then an entire family was being psychologically torn apart by strangers chasing engagement. But if the rumors were true, then the silence surrounding them became even more chilling. Either possibility was disturbing, and that's why people couldn't stop watching. The uncertainty itself became the story. Meanwhile, reaction channels, commentators, and online creators continued fueling the fire. Some claimed hidden insiders were leaking details anonymously. Others accused internet investigators of manufacturing evidence out of thin air. The audience didn't know who to trust anymore. And honestly, neither did the creators covering the story. But that confusion only made the mystery bigger. Because confusion creates obsession, and obsession creates watch time. The deeper people fell into the rabbit hole, the more impossible it became to separate reality from narrative. One theory contradicted another. Screenshots circulated without context. Old family photos suddenly became proof of emotional distance. It was chaos digital. Paranoia. And somewhere inside all of it sat a real family being watched by millions of strangers trying to decode their lives like a true crime documentary. That pressure alone would break most people, which is why some believed Erika Kirk's alleged panic wasn't about the rumors themselves, but about losing control of the narrative entirely. Because once the internet decides a mystery exists, it rarely lets go, especially when children, family loyalty, and hidden secrets are involved. And then came the most unsettling realization of all, no matter what the truth actually was. The damage had already been done. People had already chosen sides, already formed conclusions, already emotionally invested themselves into the story. That's the terrifying part. About viral conspiracies, sometimes perception becomes irreversible. And once that happens, families don't just fight privately anymore, they fight in front of the entire world under comment sections, inside reaction videos, across millions of screens. Forever archived online. But perhaps the darkest part of this entire situation is the question nobody can answer. Why didn't anyone directly shut the rumors down immediately? Was it because the claims were nonsense? Not worth acknowledging, or because addressing them publicly would have created an even bigger explosion? That unanswered question still haunts the internet, because silence can mean many things: protection, fear, shock, strategy, or something far worse. And even now, people continue searching for clues hidden in plain sight. Tiny details, brief expressions, awkward pauses, trying to figure out whether they witnessed a real family collapse or simply watched the internet manufacture one from paranoia and speculation. Maybe the truth is simpler than people think, or maybe the real story still hasn't surfaced yet. That's what keeps viewers trapped in the mystery, the feeling that something bigger is still hidden beneath the surface, something nobody wants to say out loud. And until someone finally breaks the silence, the speculation will continue spreading, because the internet hates unanswered questions, especially ones involving family, identity, and betrayal. So now the question turns to you. What do you think was really happening behind the scenes? Believe this entire controversy was fueled by internet paranoia? Or do you think there's something deeper the public still hasn't uncovered? Why did the alleged tension inside the family feel so real to so many viewers? Okay, and if the rumors were completely false, why did the silence surrounding them only make the mystery grow larger? Leave your theory in the comments, because every comment pushes this story deeper into the algorithm. And that means more people start asking questions. Like the video if you want more investigations into viral internet mysteries like this. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next chapter. Because stories like these rarely end where people think they do. And somewhere behind all the speculation, behind all the silence, behind all the rumors, the real truth may still be waiting to surface.